Teachers are done. In April this year, over 50,000 teachers and other educational staff left their jobs, and this number is going to continue to grow. Despite the country's best efforts to hire and keep more teachers, nothing's working, leading to this massive teacher shortage. Many teachers have expressed their reasons for quitting, but no one's listening to them, and news channels keep missing vital information about this crisis. But why are so many teachers done? Teaching sounds like a good profession, but it's so much worse than you think. I'm mainly going to talk about the teacher shortage in the US for this video, but some of the reasons can apply to other countries as well. So sit back, pull out your notebook, because today we're looking at the US teacher shortage. 44% of teachers quit within the first 5 years, and one huge reason is student behavior. Students, especially those in Gen Alpha, are a whole different breed. Many of them don't care about anyone or anything unless it's about brain rot, their phone or iPad, or if they get a reward. A lot of kids are iPad kids now, so their attention spans are cooked and they have trouble focusing. Combined with the fact that parents aren't taking care of or bonding with their kids, students weren't taught how to behave, and many parents expect the teachers to teach manners and discipline their kids. This leads to out-of-control students who think they can do whatever they want and not face any consequences. The things they do range from cursing at the teacher on a good day to physically fighting other students and teachers in class on a normal day. And it's not just the out-of-control students that are misbehaving. Normal tweens and teens consistently talk while the teacher's talking or go on their phones, leading to numerous redirections that never work. And the teacher spends half the period trying to get that specific group to be quiet and pay attention. The usual lines like, "I'll wait," or "It's your guys' time, not mine." It's not effective anymore. Students don't take this seriously and will keep talking or misbehaving no matter what the teacher says. So it's almost impossible to get anything done. Even yelling doesn't work sometimes. Teachers aren't magicians and can't just magically get the class to listen and do their work. There's too many students since class sizes are so big due to the shortage. They spend more time getting the class quiet and stable than teaching. There's no respect. Schools have become daycares and teachers don't like that. When they try to talk to the parents about it, they just say, "Well, my little angel will never do anything like that. Stop blaming him. It's your fault." And when they go to admin to get it fixed, administrators don't do anything. In fact, from what other teachers have said, they get rewarded for misbehaving. Getting a lollipop for hitting the teacher is actually unhinged. Administrators don't care about them. They're just after money and upholding whatever their reputation they have. Many teachers have said admin is very toxic and they don't give a damn about their health or personal life. This ends up causing burnout and excessive workloads. Teachers have a lot to do every day. From teaching, training, lesson plans, cleaning their classroom, meetings, emails, parents, student behavior, grading, and managing their personal life. There's too much on their plate. They have to do all of this while admin can just chill, sit back on their butt, and do nothing. For example, teachers have to try to ensure that their students get good test scores while redirecting behavior, while preparing for the next lesson, while replying to emails, while hosting clubs after school, and while fighting to survive to the next day. There's no time for themselves. Teaching isn't just a job anymore, it's a lifestyle. Well, a horrible one since it doesn't allow time for self-care or well-being. I know some teachers don't care about students' well-being since some give so much homework and tests, but at the end of the day, those are just the bad teachers. Most teachers aren't like that. They're good human beings just like us who still want to hang out with their friends on Saturdays, or take a day off just to recover mentally. Sadly, they can't even do that. It's either grading papers, planning lessons, or preparing for meetings. They basically have to work 24/7. This is overwhelming, so it's no surprise that 44% of K through 12 teachers often or always feel burnt out, and that K through 12 teaching is the most burnt out job. Usually, while a teacher is in this chaos, they have an internal battle and believe they're not enough and have to do more when they're already doing too much. They get so stressed out and it takes a toll on their health, but it gets to a point where enough is enough. One specific moment for them to realize that this isn't healthy and that there's other opportunities that are better for them in all aspects. Why would they keep overworking themselves for $40,000 a year and screw up their well-being when they could earn the same amount or more at a retail or fast food job, or just any other job that doesn't require this much exertion and sacrifice for that little pay, and that has better benefits, more time for themselves, a good support system, and everything that teaching didn't give? The average starting salary for a teacher in America is $44,530, and the average salary for teachers in America is $69,554, according to the National Education Association. Now that sounds like a lot of money, but it's not. With inflation, that's not enough money unless they have a second job. Oh wait, many of them already do just to make ends meet. Seriously though, why are they so underpaid? Teachers are literally the building block for most jobs, so why don't we give them the pay they deserve? They have to pay for their own supplies for students and themselves, which aren't cheap now. Combined with all the other expenses like rent, food, and insurance, they're basically broke. If they still want to teach, but not be in an awful environment, they could be a tutor. If they become a tutor, they get to teach one-on-one with the student that's more likely going to cooperate and focus. These other jobs don't require around-the-clock work hours. There's no disrespect from all sides. They don't have to bring their work home with them, and there's time for a personal life. Leaving teaching is probably the best thing they can do, but it's not good for schools, school districts, and the government. With thousands of vacancies across the country, they're struggling to fill positions because no one wants to work insane hours with all that extra work for dirt poor pay. So what's the country doing to fix the issue? Certain states put their own short-term solutions to temporarily fill spots. Some districts in Texas switched to 4-day work weeks. Florida hired military veterans to teach. Other states lowered requirements and increased starting pay and added bonuses to get people to teach. These solutions sound nice, but it's like adding a band-aid to a large bullet hole. Sure, it fills some spots, but for how long? Also, giving more pay and bonuses to new teachers feels like a slap in the face for veteran teachers who had to work their butt off to get more money, and then they just see a new teacher earning more than them. To veteran teachers, that's unfair. Also, throwing military veterans into a class doesn't really work since barely anyone signed up for it. Being in the military is very different from being in the classroom. The military is taught to obey orders, but obeying the rules never happens in school. And even with the yelling, some students are just gonna laugh. Another solution was to hire overseas. Just like what America does with nurses, they're doing that with teachers. Many teachers are coming from other countries, like the Philippines, to work in schools to fill the gaps. This solution sounds great as it provides opportunities for people in less developed countries to work in a developed country and give them a taste of how other students are. But this is another short-term solution. Teaching in Asia is very different from teaching in America. Asian students respect the teachers a lot and take education seriously. In America, that's the exact opposite. Kids do whatever the fuck they want. When overseas teachers come in, it can be a culture shock for many. While some get lucky and have good students, others aren't so lucky, and within a few years, they decide not to renew their visa. This cycle keeps repeating itself and probably will continue. So what can we do to fix the shortage long term? The most obvious thing we should do is pay teachers more. Who thought that $40,000 to $50,000 a year is enough for a job that requires the college degree? With what they're facing, they should earn at least $85,000 to $90,000 a year, at minimum, for starting teachers, and over $100,000 for teachers with at least 5 years of experience. Temporary bonuses and somewhat high starting salaries aren't enough to keep people in the profession for a while. We need to give them a livable salary where they don't have to work 2 jobs just to make ends meet. As prices continue to soar, teachers can't pay their bills and expenses. If we're trying to recruit and retain more teachers, we should provide them a good reason for them to teach. Teachers are the building block of all jobs, so they deserve more. Another thing we should do is create better working environments for teachers. This can include allowing teachers to take paid days off when they need it, not taking their planning periods away, reducing unnecessary in-person meetings that could just be done through email, and increasing access to more mental health resources, like covering visits to a psychologist for no cost. Admin should also be more responsive and take any problem a teacher has seriously. Disciplinary action should be implemented more, and we should remodel the way bad behavior is being handled. Since detentions, ISS, and OSS don't work anymore, and rewarding bad behavior is absolutely a terrible idea, we should send misbehaving students to meet with the counselors and school psychologists to understand why they're acting like that. Teachers shouldn't have to babysit. That's a whole extra job that's added with the 10 other jobs they have already. They're overwhelmed with tasks, so we need to ease that burden so they can do their job effectively and keep them in the classroom. The final solution I have is for parents to be more involved with their kids. A lot of the bad behavior comes from kids not having much attention at home or them not being taught right and wrong. They bond more with Skibbity Toilet than their mom and dad. Skibbity Toilet can't teach manners and play with them, but parents can. I get that parents are very busy, especially in this economy, but even taking just 15 minutes to give some attention to your child can really make a huge difference. Also, teach them how they should behave and lead by example. Kids are very impressionable, so if they see you yelling a lot, they're gonna yell a lot. If they see you respect others, they'll follow that for the most part. Respect is a huge thing that everyone should get. Parents must teach their kids to respect teachers and everyone they come across and lead by example. Also, if you see your kids misbehave, discipline them. Kids need to learn how to act in public and learn that they'll be told no sometimes. If you're not up for the task, try not to have kids yet. In the end, there's so many issues that cause this shortage. I can't list all of them or this video would never end. Technically, we don't have a teacher shortage. We have a shortage of teachers who want to teach in these disgusting conditions. There are so many qualified teachers that would want to go back to teaching, and many young people that would like to teach, but they're not going to do that if teaching stays in the current state it is right now. But I want to know your guys' ideas, especially if you're a teacher or former teacher. Let me know your solutions in the comments below, and if I missed anything. But if you enjoyed this video or found it interesting and informative, please like and subscribe for more documentaries. It also really helps me out. I'm DanDaSmartie, and thank you for watching.